On the news tonight, President Bola Tinubu makes historic two-day state visit to the United Kingdom. Security chiefs to relocate to Maiduguri following deadly explosions. Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare decries mass migration of medical professionals. Abroad, President Donald Trump says the United States no longer needs assistance of NATO countries. Good evening and welcome to Delta Television News. I am Pauline Okolie. You can also follow our news online on Facebook and YouTube at Delta Broadcasting Service Asaba, or visit our website at www.dbsasaba.com. President Bola Tinubu has departed Abuja for a historic two-day state visit to the United Kingdom on the invitation of King Charles III, where he is expected to sign key agreements to strengthen bilateral relations. The president, accompanied by the First Lady, is scheduled to be hosted at Windsor Castle for private talks with the monarch, as well as a special exhibition from the Royal Collection and participation in interfaith dialogue sessions. He will also hold a bilateral meeting with opposition leader Keir Starmer at 10 Downing Street, focusing on trade, investment, defense, and cultural cooperation. The visit is expected to culminate in the signing of several memoranda of understanding of finance to support key port infrastructure projects in Nigeria. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has directed security chiefs to relocate to Maiduguri and take charge of the situation following deadly explosion that rocks the city. President Tinubu also ordered emergency agencies to provide immediate medical care for over 100 injured victims, describing the attacks as deeply upsetting and assuring residents of swift government response. The directive follows yesterday's night's coordinated attacks in Borno State, where suspected terrorists detonated explosives at three locations, killing at least 23 persons and injuring about 108 others. President Tinubu said the deployment of top security leadership and response teams was aimed at restoring order, while noting that the attacks reflect desperate attempts by insurgents under sustained military pressure. The president commended the efforts of Nigerian troops and civilian task forces for repelling attacks on military formations and disclosed that additional equipment and operational support have been approved for security agencies. He reaffirmed that no part of Nigeria will be ceded to terrorists, stressing that government remains resolute in defeating insurgency and restoring lasting peace across the country. Also, President Bola Tinubu has charged the Minister of State for Finance, Taiwo Oyedele, to utilize his expertise in driving exponential growth in Nigeria's economy. President Tinubu gave the charge during the swearing-in ceremony at the State House in Abuja, noting that Mr. Oyedele's role in reforming the country's tax system makes him well-suited to deepen fiscal reforms and translate economic stability into sustained growth. Mr. Oyedele, while speaking after the ceremony, described his appointment as a privilege and pledged diligent execution of government policies. He identified key priorities to include revenue mobilization, spending efficiency, and fiscal sustainability, stressing that government must optimize the value derived from every naira earned to meet the needs of Nigerians and align fiscal policies with broader economic realities. The 31-kilometer Ohoro-Obomaji Road, resurfaced by the administration of Governor Sheriff Obrewori, has been officially inaugurated. The road serves as a strategic link connecting Ughelli North, Ughelli South, Patani, Bomadi, and Brutu local government areas, improving access across riverine communities. Ejime Udweme reports.
Speaking at the commissioning, Governor Borewo stated that the project was a deliberate effort to connect these areas and transform the development narrative of riverine communities. He emphasized that his administration is focused on rewriting the story of such communities through massive infrastructure investments and people-oriented policies. Providing details, the governor explained that the project involved filling, soil stabilization, concrete reinforcement, embankment protection, and asphalt surfacing. He further disclosed that the State Executive Council has recently approved projects worth over 400 billion naira across key sectors such as infrastructure, health, education, power. On electricity, the governor noted that his administration is tackling power challenges through policy reforms and infrastructure upgrades, including extending transmission lines and installing transformers in underserved.
Dr. Isaac Akpoveta visited the government hospital of Walero. Eunice Emeazia reports.
He's a good man. Sheriff, thank you. Our governor, Sheriff, we track. God will bless him for us.
Dr. Akpoveta, in his assessment, Ministry of Health, the hospital's management board, access to affordable and quality.
We've gone around the hospitals. They have a good collect money. They have a good theater collect money. Pursue it and the health sector. What we are doing now, the patients are. Therefore, it is for your own good. Return to the scheme.
The hospital, Dr. Ejire Marks, noted that supervision had improved staff motivation and operational efficiency.
I must confess that the visit of the DG today is very timely. I really appreciate it.